Are you navigating a challenging relationship issue right now? Whether this is a personal or a professional relationship, you can use this water ritual to make that relationship challenge more easier to navigate. For this ritual, you are going to need a glass of water and you're going to need a stone. And I'm going to explain everything in a reason why you need these things and why we're working with them. But it's very important that you use this before you actually interact with the person that you're having this difficulty with, especially as we're leading up to the holidays and maybe you have some rifts with your family members, your loved ones. Do this before you actually meet your family for the holidays, and it's going to be such a different experience. This water ritual is actually from Nun Daryee, who shared this with me. She is a Theravada nun. I was blessed to go visit her in Myanmar, and she has an orphanage where she hosts girls from 4 to 16 years old who are war orphans, and it's a school and a monastery and an orphanage. Thank you for supporting me and the work that I do, because I donate a portion of all profits to different organizations, and this orphanage is one of the organizations that we donate to. Thank you for empowering me and empowering others. Hey, welcome. If you're new here, my name is SolTara. I'm a medium and I share alchemy practices from Atlantis and from ancient Egypt. If that resonates with you, I invite you to subscribe. So this is a water ritual, again, from Nun Daryee. She practices Theravada Buddhism. We are going to work with water because water is the element of luck. It's the element of love. It's the element that governs relationships, and it's the element of cleansing and harmonizing. And that's exactly what we want for this relationship, to be more harmonized for you and for the other person. If you take a moment right now to look at your hands and you poke it, your hand feels pretty solid and it looks solid. However, your hand is made up of 99.999% empty space. Everything in this reality is made of atoms, and atoms are just 99.99999% empty space. Your hand looks solid because it's a bunch of atoms compacted together, but they're actually just empty space. This empty space, it's actually kind of like an element, but it is etheric, and it's almost like a liquid plasma-like substance. The liquid aspect of water allows us to connect with this empty space that influences and infuses everything. You're gonna get a stone, and you're going to pick a stone that resonates with you. Just go to your garden or out somewhere at a park and pick a rock that calls to you. Don't just pick any random rock, but this rock will represent this person. And if you want to take this up another level, then you can use a crystal. So this is my variation of this ritual from Nun Daryee. For this variation, you will use any crystal that you have. The reason why I recommend working with crystals is because crystals have a perfect symmetrical structure. They have a perfect atomic structure where everything is symmetrical. Because the atoms are aligned in this symmetrical way, it's not chaotic, it's harmonized, and this is what allows the crystal to radiate an energy. It's almost like it's its own little Wi-Fi router, and that's why every single crystal emits a different type of energy. For example, I'm using rose quartz, and it doesn't have to be heart-shaped like this one, but rose quartz is the stone of relationships and love. You can also use any rock that you find in your garden, because rocks also have minerals. A mineral is a crystal, and your phone, your computer, all electronics out there today, they have quartz crystals inside of them, because crystals, they are little USB sticks. You can think about it like that, and they hold data, they hold information. When you're doing this ritual, you're going to do it for 7 days, but if you really want that energy to be held in this physical plane, not just in the etheric planes, that's why I recommend working with crystals. But again, stone will also be working for this as well. What you're going to do is you're going to grab your rock, your stone, or your crystal, and you're going to hold the intention that this is the person. So you're going to place your stone inside of your cup of water. Make sure the water is filtered water because we want it to be very cleansed and clear. So tilt your glass when you're putting your stone in, because I have a giant jug of water and I accidentally cracked it. You live and you learn. This way your glass doesn't crack and the stone also doesn't crack. So your stone or your crystal is going to be in the glass like this. You're just going to set it out in front of you. You can choose to keep your eyes open or closed. I prefer to keep my eyes closed because then I can really focus on my intentions and make them more precise, because the more focused that you can be, the more powerful this ritual is. While the stone is in the glass, you hold the intention that this person is being cleansed by the water. Remember, water is a cleansing element. It's the element to bring harmony for relationships and for luck. So our intention is, the only intention is for the person to be cleansed of any negative energy that may be lingering, like fears, worries, anxieties, grief, pain, from their mental body, their emotional body. And so you just hold that intention that this person is being cleared of any distortions that are preventing them from being at peace. That is our only intention for this ritual. We're not doing this ritual so that this person gives you a promotion. You're not doing this ritual so this person treats you better. Your only intention is purely altruistic, so that this person can be cleared of anything that's preventing them from being at peace. So the person being at peace is our only focus. So you can just hold that intention in your heart that this person is being cleansed with the water of all of the worries, the anxieties, the fears, the griefs, the pains that they may be holding on to. Because to be honest, everyone is going through something. Yes, hurt people, and that does not justify what they do. But in this situation, we're just offering compassion so that this person remembers their natural state of peace and love. And this way, they can bring more love into your relationship. But again, that's not the priority. It's just a natural byproduct of doing this. Once you feel like you're done, and you will just get a feeling of it, then you're going to place your glass on an altar. The other variation of this is that I recommend you actually put your cup on a windowsill. The reason is because when you put it on a windowsill, even if the fire of the sun is not directly hitting it, the fire from the sun, because remember, the sun is a huge flaming ball of fire in the sky, and we're going to work with elemental alchemy, the fire, to burn through any deeper distortions that the water cannot take care of. Because water is really good for cleansing, but fire is the element that really purifies and clears at a deeper level. And that's why I recommend you put this out on the windowsill, and you're gonna do this for 7 days. Make sure that you switch the water every single day over the next 7 days. I know we're coming close to the holiday season, so you may be tempted to use one stone for 3 members of your family, but you have to use 1 cup of water and 1 stone for each person. This is just a starter relationship ritual that you can do with water. But what the ancient Egyptians did in Kemet, they actually worked with the etheric aspect of water, because water, it's not just in its physical expression in the 3rd dimension. Water also exists in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th dimension and beyond. All of the elements, they transcend all of the dimensions. And when you learn to work with their etheric nature, you learn to harmonize your own relationship with different versions of you in your parallel lives, even in your past lives. I'll give you an example of this. I have a client in California, and she was having a really challenging situation at work where her boss was harassing her for many months, to the point where even HR had to get involved. And when HR gets involved, you know that it's intense. So what this client did is she actually went back to her past lives, and she identified that the relationship issue with her boss wasn't just in this timeline, in this company that she was working for, but she was actually fighting that boss actually in a proper war conflict style situation. And that is where this relationship rupture first happened. So because she was able to harmonize that, then in this timeline, that relationship cleared up. And so sometimes our relationships, they are being influenced by past lives. Very occasionally, not as common, but still it can happen. Your relationships can be influenced by parallel lives as well. And so we work with etheric water across the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth dimension and beyond inside of the Golden Age Alchemy Academy, so that you can live on your highest timeline with grace, with peace, with ease, using these ancient alchemy etheric practices. If you want to learn how to unlock the power of the elements and how to unlock your power so that you can live with more freedom and peace, you can get more details about the Golden Age Alchemy Academy in the description of this video. Let me know how this ritual works for you. I would love to hear your experience in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Much love.